Don't trust that smile for a minute, friends, because behind it is a sad and broken character who ruined the lives of his friends, his creators, and the very studio we're exploring. He writes in a letter to his longtime business partner, Delilah,
Delilah, we need to talk. I know you've kept reassuring me that what had happened wasn't due to anything you had done. You had to have known this could happen to him. If you did, why didn't you tell anyone? Why didn't you tell me? Something like this doesn't just happen.
That him that Arthur is referring to, the one that something happened to, the one that malfunctioned, I believe is none other than the star of the show, our titular flower, Dandy. Let me explain. Ever since Garden View Center closed down, several of the other toons have talked about how uneasy they feel around him. And we don't have to take their word for it. We can see it for ourselves in-game. In between levels, Dandy pops up in the elevator to sell you power-ups to make your run easier. But if you instead choose to not buy from him, Dandy starts to get more and more frustrated. If you continue to ignore him, things become less fine and dandy, and he'll have a full-blown meltdown. He will turn into his twisted form, and you'd better watch out because he'll soon spawn on an upcoming level to hunt you down. Dandy is a loose cannon, ready to snap at any moment if he doesn't get his way. Based on my years of indie horror experience, my hunch is that this is what happened on the day of the malfunction. Dandy was the first creation, Arthur's main guy, but unlike the others, we're being shown that he can transform into a twisted rather than just being a twisted, which lines up with the idea that this mascot malfunctioned, transforming into a twisted and created an incident that got the entire place shut down. And that hunch proved to be correct when I found his research data. It says, quote, the star of the show, the one who runs the I-Core operation, it's all his fault. Everything we're experiencing, the abandoned studio taken over by monsters, the studio shutting down leading to this point, it's all Dandy's fault. However, the reason for Dandy's snap isn't quite as simple as you might think. With Dandy being the primary mascot in a mascot horror game, it would be easy to just assume he's purely evil. Maybe the fame got to him, maybe he cracked under the pressure, but eventually was overcome by the power of the I-Core and became pure evil. But that isn't the case. There's a little bit of audio storytelling that you might have missed while playing through the game yourself. When Twisted Dandy chases you in-game, a song plays that you've no doubt heard before, but probably never knew the name of. This song is called Claire de Lune, and it's based off an 1869 poem by Paul Verlaine, a poem about someone who looks happy on the outside, but deep down is sad. Quote, playing the lute and dancing and all, but sad beneath their fantasy disguises. This song is telling us what Dandy and also his friends are. They are these picture-perfect, happy, smiling toons performing for the joy of others, but deep down they're sad. And they're sad because of what we saw during the Christmas update last year. According to another set of letters, after Christmas had passed, some of the Christmas-themed toons were doing the whole Blair Witch thing and hiding in the corner. Delilah's response was basically, Christmas is over, just throw them into storage till next year. Even though the toons are alive, they were being abused by their handlers and treated like props. Only good for the thing they were made for and nothing else. Behind their smiles were sad and lonely creatures. Dandy's dialogue when he thinks you're ignoring him at the shop matches this.
We're friends here, right? Friend? What is happening?
He's confused. He's scared. He is terrified that he too has lived past his usefulness. That if he is no longer the star, that he and his friends face the same fate as those Christmas toons. And my guess is that's exactly what happened on that fateful day in 2001. Dandy saw how his friends were being treated. He got scared. He didn't want to be ignored, to be forgotten, to no longer be the star. And as a result, he became overcome by the I-Core and ultimately caused all the toons to be locked away forever. A self-fulfilling prophecy. That's why, as his research report says, he has restarted the I-Core project. It's not because he's trying to build an army of evil toons to take over the world or to enact his revenge on those who wronged him. He's trying to atone for his sins. He and his friends lost everything, and it's all his fault. Now he's trying to bring the show back to life. He specifically keeps asking you to find and collect and give him the VHS tapes of the show, and he's using the I-Core to create more toons. Maybe, just maybe, if all the toons come back, so too will the fans, the kids, the show, and Dandy can once again be the star he was literally born to be. But he is not the original creator. He's not Delilah. He doesn't know how to use the I-Core properly. He's using too much, and so all of his toon friends are ending up as twisted monsters. But hey,